It's time for some waterproofing. I scored the most amazing wood couch and chairs for my outdoor covered patio, and today let's waterproof it. Check it out. We scored 3 awesome pieces at the consignment store, 2 chairs and 1 couch. We've already taken the cushions off of these to prep them for waterproofing, but I absolutely love the wood. It's just raw and fabulous, and the cushions are actually in amazing shape. They're like a super dark slate gray boucle, and this fabric is pretty sturdy, so I'm digging it for outside for sure, but I definitely want to work on this wood. I also have this little teak bench that I'm going to put over by our outdoor shower, so let's get started. Now, usually I use Thompson's Water Seal with a brush. However, I saw that they have it in a spray. I did not know they had it. Hopefully this makes it a ton easier. So I've got the couch, the 2 chairs, and the teak bench. So you know what I'm going to say always whenever we use things in an aerosol can is spray paint, and sometimes things like this have a little marker. You see the little red dot? You want to line your nozzle up with that because it will give you the most product out of the can, and shake really well. It's actually the first time I'm spraying it, so y'all are going to see how it goes on like I do, and actually I'm pretty impressed. It's not super clumpy, it doesn't drip, it comes out in a nice aerosol. So I'm just basically doing the bottom of this teak bench first. And then I'll come through with a brush and I'll just make sure that there's no dribbles anywhere. And then for the chairs and the couch, I'm just coming through and I'm doing some coats. I'm gonna do 1 nice coat. I may need another second coat at some point, but I'm starting with 1. I'm gonna let it fully dry and see how it does. Usually I find when I paintbrush it on, it works just fine with 1 coat. So again, I'm just coming through and I'm spraying nice and evenly over all the pieces of the wood, and then I'll come through with my paintbrush after I do a nice little spray to just make sure that there are no dribbles. But I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. I don't necessarily think that I need the paintbrush, but I'm just coming through with the brush just to smooth it over to make sure everything's nice and even. Now, before I started, let y'all know that I did do a little test spot on the back of one of these. You should always test products like this on your wood before you just go spraying it on there. You want to make sure that, of course it's going to look a little wet and a little darker, but then when it dries, you want to make sure that it still has the desired look that you like. So definitely always do a little test spot. So basically I'm covering a nice coat over everything using the paintbrush again to smooth it out. Then I'm going to let this dry outside in the sun for 72 hours. One of the biggest things with furniture like this is the sun. It's not even the rain, it's the sun that will do a ton of damage. So I am not keeping this furniture out in the bright sun. It's actually going to go under a covered patio, but I still feel like it needs some protection from the elements. It only took me about 20 minutes. I used 1.5 cans of product. I gotta say, so far I'm pretty impressed. I will come back with a part 2, show you how it looks when it's all done, and I will also show you how I weatherproof those cushions. Again, this furniture is for an outside covered patio, but I still feel it's really important to give it some extra protection. Happy upcycling.